right. Hi guys. So excited to be with y'all right now to introduce you to Mandi Linstead, our new agent services girl here at Market Center 94. Mandi and I were just chatting and getting to know each other some, and I thought it'd be really good for you to get to know her. So Mandi, why don't we step back in time a little bit? Tell everybody where you're from originally.
Yes, I'm from Chalmette, Louisiana. Grew up, went to school there up until I was on my 16th birthday. Katrina hit, and so we got kicked over to Slidell. Lived in Mandeville for a little bit. Did the whole thing, hotel Mandeville, and then we moved to Slidell. We found a house in Slidell. It was emergency mode, and that's where we landed.
That was awesome.
Yeah, went to school, went to college out at Southeastern. Did a couple different colleges there. Got my degree business management over there at Southeastern.
That was good.
Yeah.
So tell us about your job, maybe your first job outside of college. What did you do?
I was in a temp agency. I think the very first temp agency job was at a CPB bank. I was in card services.
Yes.
I'm
my
pretty sure
goodness.
that was
Yeah. That would have been my first bank I ever banked with.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. That is pretty cool. Okay, and so that led to what for you?
That led to more temp jobs. And then also I got very involved with my church. And so from there, that was where I got involved there, did volunteered in the office. And then it also led to me becoming an assistant over there at the church as well.
Yeah.
So it was a lot of back and forth, driving, scheduling, planning, doing all of the above, everything.
Yeah, I know when you were sharing that with me on your interview, it's very fascinating of all that you were juggling as an executive assistant and moving things, even some nannying and all of that.
Yeah.
And so it was one of the things that impressed me too, Mandi, about you is that you're able to handle a lot of different things at one time, yet give attention to it so where not one thing suffers.
Yes.
And you seem to do that very well. Okay, so that got you over to California. Tell us some more about your trip to California.
Yeah, so working at the church, they have a lot of connections and they have a lot of resources, and so that was where I learned about this place called the Dream Center in California. Their main hub is there. Pastor there bought a hospital. And I think it's 400,000 square feet, but it's basically a 24/7 church. It helps with people in rehab, homeless people, human trafficking, just all of the above. It's a 24/7 church. Then they have services on, Sundays. But I went over there to volunteer, learn about that world, and they put me in the offices for the rehab program, which I don't come from anything addiction. I come from a sheltered home where I didn't know anything. And so I worked in the offices there. Yeah. So that was where I met my husband, or my now husband. So I worked in the offices there, and I basically taught classes for people who are just coming off the street into this rehab program. And taught classes on anger, frustration, how to handle situations.
Did they train you on those things, Mandi, while you were there?
No, they
were
kind
going
of
right into it.
Yeah, they're like, here's the lesson binder and do it.
Okay.
So I kind of had to figure it out.
I love it. Well, your passion for, I would say, admin work, or maybe I would even use the word systems, has definitely helped you in your life. Where did you start linking systems to people?
Oh boy. It might have been the Dream Center. Yeah, because it was in the situation where I just had to figure it out and create processes, and that's just how I learned it.
Okay, I love that. Well, obviously through your experience at the Dream Center, you became more passionate for the homeless and more passionate for people becoming a better version of themselves, right? So tell us about how you've carried that, of what you've learned at Dream Center, back here to the Mandeville area.
Yeah, so we're actually pretty involved with our current church now, and a lot of that, everything that I learned in the Dream Center about the whole, rehab and addiction world. My husband, he was homeless when he was 25. He's 32 now. And so I met him in 2014 when I was 24, I think. And so I think, being married to him now and just seeing and or hearing, because I wasn't really with him when he was in that.
Right.
So being with him and hearing all of his experiences really opened my eyes to a new world, and it allowed me to become more sensitive to people who are in that. So we really want to take his experience, bring it into Louisiana, into our church, into our city, and help people who are really struggling with that, because it's a lot more people than we can even tell.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, just on the professional level here with our agents, and obviously now that you're agent services, that job entitles a lot of different roles, as you are learning right now.
Yes.
I think one of the things I think our agents would love to know is, like, how do you manage the stress for you personally when you're dealing with people that are in stressful situations? What are some of your coping mechanisms, and what are some things that you can share with our agents of how do you transition through those things?
I think it's very important for people to have a hope in something, a belief in something. So my hope and belief lies in God, in Jesus Christ, and so He's the only one that I can rely on to bring me patience and hope. And so I realize that a lot of people have gone through and are currently going through and will go through a lot of really challenging things in life. I have already gone through a lot, and who knows, my future might be worse, might be better, but I just know life comes with trials. So so yeah, I just try to remember that everyone is going through their own thing, and so if somebody reacts to me in a negative way, I just got to know maybe their home life is something might be wrong.
Happened.
So
something
there could be
something.
Yeah, there's a root to everything, and so I just always want to be sensitive with where people are. It might not always be my fault, but I just want to be sensitive with what's going on.
I love that.
Yeah.
So why KW? What got you attracted to this company?
Well, Jeremy Champagne, he was the link, and also, he of course introduced us,
Right.
and meeting you, hearing your passion behind it, it kind of opened up that world of, like, I just, when you have a passionate person that's telling you about a company, it's like, whoa, there's something different, and it drove me to learn more about it. And I think one of the coolest things about Keller Williams is it's so goal driven, and it's not necessarily just about buying houses. There's a bigger purpose behind it, and it's all about seeing people succeed. And I really, really love that. So I think that's really my favorite part about it, you know.
Love that. Yeah, well, here obviously at Keller Williams, we never know what opportunity a person's going to be able to obtain, and we just want to provide that platform for them. So I love that.
That's cool.
Okay, so in closing out our little time together, what is something that you would like for people to know about you that maybe they wouldn't know?
Okay, so I remember. Okay. So, I really don't mind getting dirty. Right. I'll be a garbage man. I'll do it. I love it. And then also, while in California, when I was 17, graduated high school, I just went straight into it. I wanted to explore and see that world, and I went, I did the whole modeling thing, which was really cool.
Yes.
I was only out there for a month, but I just basically, wanted to see what that world was like, and it's a very different world. It's very interesting, and that's what I did.
Well, I remember,
Mandy,
I remember you sharing your story with me, and like you did the runway. You got to really see the behind the scenes of that modeling world at a high level. I mean, in California, of all places, and I'm sure that experience, because every experience leaves a mark on us, right? Yeah. And I'm sure that experience has led into who you are today too.
Absolutely.
And that would you agree that every experience, whether it's a good experience or bad, does have good in our life?
Yes.
Because it helps us to mold and create who we become.
Yeah, there's a greater purpose behind everything.
Yeah.
So that whole experience really pushed me into who I am today, because I would not be this person. I would, be hiding from cameras. I wouldn't be talking to people. Like, it just really pushed me out of my shell, which really, I don't regret it one bit. It was great.
Okay, so if there was one word to describe you, what would you want that word to be?
I like unique.
I think it's a great word.
I do, because I don't like to blend in with everybody else. And if people are all going this way, I'm going to go this way.
Yes.
I don't like to look like everybody. I mean, I kind of don't look like everybody already. Tall, skinny redhead is just like, that's just where I am.
I love it. I love
So
it.
yeah, I like the word unique.
I love that. Well, Mandi, we're excited to have you here. And agents, I'm so excited that you got to meet Mandi today. We look forward together of making this market center a place that you will never want to leave. See you soon.